We're going to call this meeting to order at 6:10 p.m. Roll call.
Alex Cantu, present.
Armin Garza, present.
Mary Hernandez, present.
Claudia Ochoa, present.
Oscar Salinas, present.
Nereida Cantu, present.
Garcia Ochoa, present. Dr. Sainz, I do declare a quorum.
Thank you, Ms. Ochoa. Can we all please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, everyone, and good evening to everyone joining our meeting. We're glad that you're with us today.
Do we have any public comments?
No, Ms. Ochoa, no public comments.
Okay, thank you. We'll move on to collector's report. Can I entertain a motion?
Madam President, I'd like to make a motion under items 1 and 2.
Second.
I have a motion, I have a second. Any discussion? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. We'll move on to superintendent report, discussion on district reopening plan for school year 2020-2021.
Thank you, Ms. Ochoa. This afternoon, we would like to present our technology plan on how we're going to make sure that all of our students have the devices and internet access so that they can access the online instruction that we will be providing. Before we do that, I do want to announce to our employees that our Board of Trustees has always been very generous and has always taken our employee welfare to heart. And so I would like to announce that our board has recommended, and administration also agrees, that for the next week and a half, all our employees will work remotely 100%. Every single employee will work remotely, beginning effective immediately up until August 3rd. And this is the board's way of saying that they care about our employees. They want to take care of our employees. And we feel that right now, everyone needs to be home taking care of themselves. Also, to all our employees, on behalf of all of our board, we want for you to continue also to follow the Hidalgo County orders, which means shelter at home. So while you are working remotely, we want all of you to stay home, to take care of yourselves at home. If you do have to go out in public, please make sure that you wear your mask. And so I would like to thank our Board of Trustees for always putting our employees first and their safety. I think that this will go a long way in La Joya ISD doing our part to make sure that we take care of the health and we take care of our community. We have many 4,000 dedicated employees. And I know that whatever we need to get done to have a strong start to the 2020-21 school year, when we get back, I know our employees will do everything that they can to make sure that we have a strong start and that our kids will have the best educational program starting on August 17th, which is our first day of school. August 17th, all our students will begin remote instruction. We will offer online instruction for all of our students, and all of our teachers will be teaching remotely also. As you can all imagine, this has required a lot of hard work and dedication from all of our departments. And this evening, Ms. Magda Villarreal, our Assistant Superintendent for Curriculum and Instruction, is going to give us some information on work that is being done to ensure that every student in our district will have a device with internet access to be able to access our online curriculum. So I'll give it to you, Ms. Villarreal, so that you can share your screen and talk to us about our technology plan.
Thank you, Dr. Sainz. Everyone can see the screen? Yes?
Yes, yes.
Let me make it a little bit bigger for you all. There you go. So good afternoon, Madam President, Board of Trustees, Dr. Sainz, and community. This evening, we would like to share with you an update on our technology plan. what you're going to see is that we're going to start off with our goal. And as you all know, like Dr. Science mentioned earlier, our district is committed to providing our students, teachers, and community with the necessary resources to ensure a successful online curriculum. As a district, we are dedicated to utilizing technology to innovate teaching and learning practices by integrating digital tools to inspire our students to thrive in global society through collaboration, creativity, communication, and critical thinking. With that in mind, I'm going to go ahead and start sharing with you all the current status of our district electronic devices. And what you see here is the elementary. And I'm going to go ahead and share just a couple of campuses. That way you could go ahead and see how things are at every single campus. But for an example, I'll use Benavides Elementary. As you can see right here, we have 136 devices that we've ordered for 3rd and 5th grade. We've also purchased 150 devices, and we did these, we purchased this 150 back in March. We also purchased 57 devices in May, and then the campus has an inventory of 105, giving Benavides a total of 448 student devices, and their campus enrollment is 375. So we know that Benavides is ready to go at 100%, one-to-one. Let's take another campus, for example. Let's look at Benson. Benson, we purchased 186 for 3rd and 5th grade students. We also did a purchase back in the spring, back in like around April, of 150 devices. Then we did 97 in May. We purchased 97 in May for 1st grade. They had an inventory of 234, giving them a total of 667 devices once all those devices come in. And then the enrollment is at 633. So we also know that Benson is at a 100%. But if we look at Camarena, for example, Camarena, we ordered 159 because that's our enrollment in 3rd and 5th grade. And then we did not make a purchase in spring. We did order 95 for 1st grade, and then their campus inventory is at 134. So when we combined, we have 388 devices at their campus, but their student enrollment is at 613. So we do know that Camarena is lacking some devices there. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just scroll down to the bottom. That way you could see the total right here. So the total for elementary campuses, we have a total of 12,353 devices. Once all the devices have come in, this is our total. However, we have an enrollment of 13,191. So we know that we're lacking 838 devices for our elementary students, okay? And in a little bit, I'll talk to you all about what we're thinking, what we're gonna do to be able to accommodate for those campuses that are not at 100%. Let's move on to middle school. I'll start off with Chavez Middle School, and we read it the same way. We're purchasing 274 devices for 6th grade. We did not do a spring purchase for Chavez, but, and their campus inventory is at 285. So when we combine, they have a total of 559, but their enrollment is at 819. Let me draw your attention to Garcia Middle School. Garcia Middle School, there's a purchase for 6th grade at 247. We did do a spring purchase of 280 devices. Their campus inventory is at 512. So total, it's at 1,039, and their campus enrollment is at 779. So here we're over with electronic devices. So if we look at the bottom for the total for middle schools, as far as total devices, we have 7,053, and enrollment, we have a total of 6,078. So here we do know that we're over by 975 devices, okay? So what we're planning on doing is using these extra devices that we're over to be able to accommodate to our elementary campuses. Let's look at the high schools. And at the high school, there's a total devices for all that we have as far as all campuses of 9,035 and a student enrollment of 8,115. So here we do know we're also going to be over by 920 devices. So when we look at this, we should be able to have all students equipped with an electronic device. Questions about our campus inventory?
Ms. Villarreal, just question. When you say device, you're saying an iPad, a laptop, a cell phone?
So right now, this is what we're doing as a district. Any new purchase that we're making, we're purchasing iPads for students enrolled in pre-K through 3rd grade. And then any student that's enrolled in 4th grade on up, they're Chromebooks. So when we're saying 3rd grade, we're saying, an iPad. When we're saying 5th grade, they'll be getting a Chromebook. And just because an iPad is a lot friendlier, it's a lot easier for students to navigate versus a Chromebook. So just developmentally appropriate, we're making those decisions as well as to what kind of device to utilize. This right here, we're talking about iPads and Chromebooks, Mr. Cantu, to answer your question. Let's move on. And let's talk a little bit about the status of pending electronic devices. So as I mentioned, once all devices come in, because we do have a pending order, but the vendor has promised that we would get that order by August 10th through the 13th, okay? So we're gonna be in a time crunch to get those devices ready, but we're gonna make it happen. Dr. Science did talk a little bit about the purchase of hotspots. And I did mention that the decision of purchasing 10,000 hotspots was made on various data points. We did utilize the return to school parent survey results to determine how many devices or how many hotspots to purchase. It's about 30% of our population that parents that are saying that they do not have internet access. So that's around 7,000 of our students. Plus, we need to keep into account those parents that did not get to respond to the survey. So that's the 10,000 hotspots that we have decided to order.
She was there.
Ms. Villarreal, on the hotspots, this summer, just because I heard it from different people, and you mentioned Chromebooks, are they going to be compatible? Since they had so many issues with those hotspots and the Chromebooks?
Yes, ma'am. They should be. They should be compatible, Ms. Ochoa, to answer your question. I know that on our end, something that we need to do is how we set up the device in itself, how we configure the device. I know that there were some issues, in particular at the high school, but it was also the way we set it up. It was the time frame that we set it up for. So we did have to go in there and reconfigure some of those devices. As far as, did I answer your question, Ms. Ochoa?
Yes, thank you.
Equipping devices and distribution to campuses. So just to give you an update in reference to how many devices we've gotten so far, a total of 5,500 devices have been delivered to the warehouse. 720 are still pending to be tagged. A decision that we made was that we started yesterday, July 21st. We decided to bring in several techs to start configuring the devices. And the reason behind that was because if we waited to the beginning if we waited until like a week or 2 weeks before the beginning of the school year, it was going to be too many devices to configure and get ready for the start of the school year. Now, I know that as a board and as an administration, we've decided to go ahead and hold off and be working online 100%. So I know that we'll have to make some adjustments. And with that said, whatever the deadline, we'll make it happen. We'll come together as a team to make things happen and get things ready for our students. So, but do know that these devices that were already tagged were brought over to central office. That way we could go ahead and start configuring those devices and start putting in the apps that are grade level appropriate. That way we could go ahead and start sending them off to the campuses and ready to go. Do know that we still have 7,486 devices that still need to be delivered and configured as well. Questions?
Do we have a dollar amount of what we spent in order to outfit everybody with the devices that we have right now?
So I don't have like an amount right now, but it could be, I'm not sure if Joel, but I think that we're about right now $4 million, over $4 million as of right now. We're looking at all the devices that we've purchased, plus it will taking into account the hotspots as well.
No, thank you for the foresight to get all of the stuff that we're going to need.
Thank you, sir. So if we're looking at, let's go ahead and now talk about the summer school devices, because this is also very important for us. One of the things that, as you all know, we did equip our students with the summer school devices. And at the elementary level, we issued out 2,671 devices, and we were able to collect 1,279 devices back during our 2 days of pickup. At the middle school, we issued out 1,494, and we were only able to pick up 648. And then at the high school, we issued out 396, and we were able to collect 98 devices. Now, I do know that at the high school, we have a couple of 100 students, so 200 students around there, close to 200 students that are currently taking STC classes. So those do not end until August 14th, so we cannot collect those from them. We want to make sure that they have what they need to be able to finish their course. So our plans were to do a second round for device pickup for summer school on July 31st. And the reason behind that is because, again, we need to make sure that we collect, disinfect, and make sure that those devices are functioning, and that we install the apps again and reconfigure for the students. So that was the plan. We'll have to make some adjustments if need be, okay? Beginning of the year, distribution and devices and student IDs. Based on the turnaround of when they're gonna be delivering devices to the district, the 7,000 that are still pending and our hotspots, we're going to go ahead and be distributing devices and instructional curriculum materials on August 13th and the 14th for elementary and middle school campuses. So everything needs to be ready to go before Thursday, August 13th. And then for the comprehensive high schools and specialty schools, it's scheduled for August 13th, 14th, and if need be, August 15th, which is a Saturday. Now, the technology department is going to be assisting with providing the user agreement form and having our students and parents sign that form. Something that we learned back in the spring was that our parents also want an instructional curriculum packet, a hard copy. And this is essential as well. And the reason behind that is because we need to recall that with the asynchronous model, there's 3 ways of us checking for progress monitoring, hence attendance. So the first way is through our LMS, Learning Management System. The second way is through teacher-student interaction. And then the third way is through submission of student work. So even though we're equipping our students with the devices and internet access, it might be that there might be a couple of days that for whatever reason they do not have internet because it went down or whatever it may be. We need to plan for that, and we need to make sure that they do have the activity, the lesson that they were supposed to do. That way they could go ahead and submit it or upload it some way or another, or just return it to us through the various means that we're going to be providing to return work. That way we could go ahead and count them for attendance purposes as well. Okay. And what we decided to do here is that for the high school instructional packets, we're going to go and have those printed at the print shop. And then for elementary, middle school, we're going to outsource. Keep in mind that this project is going to be a lot larger than before, because one of the things, and we've been improving as we go. One of the things that we're going to be doing is all our elective classes are also providing a means of going on online and also providing an instructional packet. Wi-Fi on wheels, as you all know, keeping our students and staff digitally connected has never been more important and necessary than before. So we're going to continue with this project in itself. So I just want to let you all know we commenced the project back on March 23rd, and we started off with 28 buses. And then we were able to equip an additional, I believe it was 22 buses. That way we could get to that 51 buses, and we placed them out there in the community. So we're going to continue with that in itself. That way we can make sure that parents have that connectivity as needed. So this is just going to reinforce the fact that they have a hotspot. This is just going to reinforce that connectivity throughout our community. As far as staff development, we understand the importance of making sure that our teachers get the support that they need to be able to navigate through online tools and be able to deliver their lesson. So we started with staff development back on July 6th, and we're continuing all the way to July 30th. Questions about the technology update? No? Okay. The next thing that I do want to share with you all is just, to keep you all abreast of what's transcribing across our district. It's important dates. And this is something that we provide to our principals, our campus leaders. And that way we could go ahead and everybody's aware of what is going on across the district. So tomorrow we do have a scheduled principals meeting, and at that meeting we're going to go ahead and show them the different procedures for reopening the campuses, go over safety protocols for employees and students as well, and then get their feedback. And this is again scheduled for tomorrow at a principals meeting. Then on July 29th and the 30th, we do have a leadership academy. On July 29th, we actually have a technology training for our principals, and it's going to focus on what they should be seeing when they walk into a classroom, and what they should be seeing, or online, in this case online, and the delivery of instruction, what to expect. And it's going to be based on the 10 building blocks for online learning. And then on the 30th, we're going to go ahead and continue, and we're going to go ahead and do an overview on SEAL and working on the work, making sure that the lessons that we're delivering are based on our standard, on our assessment, on data, and most importantly, that they're relevant for our students. And then on August 4th, 5th, and 6th, we do have our new teacher orientation. And then on August 5th, we have another principals meeting. And this principals meeting is going to be it's going to focus on reflective practices, feedback that we give to our teachers when we do walkthroughs. And this is with Alyssa Cimarron. And then on August 7th, it's a campus in-service. And during that campus in-service, our principals will be reviewing safety protocols and any other information that they feel deem appropriate. On August 10th, it's a preparation day. So the plans for that preparation day is for, at the end of the day, it's a preparation day for the teachers. So, but at the end of the day, we are going to ask our teachers to go ahead and have their Google Classroom already set up. But we are working really closely with Mr. Aaron Nada at the Computer Services Department to try to get the campus, the student roster and the teacher classroom merged together. That way the teacher already has all her students in her classroom already. And then the teachers just need to work on developing those lessons for the beginning of the start of the first week. Okay. And then on August 11th, it's another preparation day. And August 12th, we do have the virtual district general assembly. It's scheduled from 8:30 to 9:30. And then we have a campus in service from 9:30 to 4. Then we do have a district in-service on the 13th, and this is where CNI works directly with the teachers and campus principals on the curricula in itself. And then we do have a prep day on August 14th. And then we have our first day back with our students with online remote learning. And then as you can see, I'm gonna skip to the week of August 10th through the 14th. We do have Meet the Teacher Night for elementary, and that's gonna be done virtually. And then we also have the week of September 8th through the 10th, we have the middle school Meet the Teacher Night. And then on September 1st, we have Meet the Teacher Night for the high schools. We do have some trainings that we've asked our principals to do with their staff. So some required trainings are the district nurse training on temperature checks, the COVID-19 student safety protocol, employee safety protocol, student campus arrival procedures, and work from home protocols. And then some suggested campus training would be technology training and SEAL and working on the work. We also have our registration dates for middle school and high schools. And obviously this is gonna be done virtually. I know Ms. Cantu already promoted this on our Facebook and the district webpage. Questions that you all might have regarding our important dates?
New teacher orientation, how is that going to look?
Do you want to respond, Mr. Munoz, on the new teacher orientation?
Yes, Pam. The new teacher orientation will be virtual. Day one will be focusing on the T-test and how we can apply it virtually. Day two will be on again through a virtual application, and day three is on policy and procedures and ethics.
At this point, do we have a lot of new teachers?
We're thinking we'll probably have between 30 and 40 participants. And because this, we will be inviting those teachers that were hired after December from last year, right? That did not get to participate in last year's new teacher orientation.
Thank you. And just for clarification, all of these trainings and in-services, they are all 100% virtual. So as you all can see, we have a busy agenda for the beginning of the school year and to prepare our staff. Is there anything else you wanted to say, Ms. Villarreal?
No, ma'am. If just if anybody has questions, I could answer them if they have any.
Ms. Villarreal, how will the first day of for the Meet the Teacher look? Or is that also remote, I'm imagining?
Yes, it's going to be remote, Ms. Cantu, and we're going to be working closely with our principals to organize that, and that way it could be a success for our parents and our students as well, since it's something new that we're going to be.
Are y'all going to set like appointments? Like I speak to Ms. Cantu at 7 o'clock, and then I go and speak to Ms. Villarreal at 7:20 and something like that, or?
I think that what we're thinking about is just doing, you know, everybody as a whole to greet, and then we'll separate and probably do appointments like that as well, Ms. Ochoa.
Yeah.
What I say is a whole, the class as a whole, and then break out into.
Well, because like for middle school and high school, there'll be more than one teacher, right? So then that's why I was asking.
Yes, that is correct.
Yeah, they'll probably have to be by scheduled times where that teacher will be online at a specific time that would be announced to the parents.
And we're going to be working on those schedules. Obviously, the principals are going to be working on those schedules, but well, if you care, we could go ahead and share that with you all later on. Give you more information on that.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Villarreal.
Thank you for everything.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you, Ms. Villarreal, definitely for all of the planning, and of course, all the other assistants that are also have parts of this, because it also involves our counseling staff and other staff. So thank you to all of you, but definitely thank you to Ms. Villarreal and the CNI staff.
Teamwork, Dr. Science. So
thank you.
Thank you. Muchas gracias, Mrs. Villarreal.
Yes.
This concludes the superintendent's report, Ms. Ochoa.
Thank you. Thank you to everyone. Next, we will go to consent agenda. Can I entertain a motion for approval for all items under consent agenda?
So move.
I'll second. Didn't we have another one, SB, an item before that?
Oh,
You forgot the investment report.
go back. Well, let's approve consent agenda and then we'll go back.
Okay, I'll second Mr. Garza.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion passes. We'll go back to discussion items. Discussion of investments, investment earnings as of May 31st, 2020. Would that be Mr. Trevino?
Mr. Trevino.
Yes, good afternoon, Madam President, members of the board, Dr. Saenz. We'll be discussing the discussion of the investment and investment earnings as of May 31st for La Hoya ISD. At this time, I would like you to, on your agenda packet, to go over page 7. On page 7, we have the investment summary as of May 31st for La Hoya ISD. As of May 31st, we have the total investments of $123,277,544. Of that, 72.23% is in our general fund, totaling $80,043,982. Okay. Are there any questions? I mean, I don't want to go through each one of them unless you have a specific question on any of them specifically. If not, then if we can switch over to page 16. On page 16, we have the investment earnings, what we've earned in interest. As of May 31st, we've earned $1,576,566, of which $1,118,590 is in our general fund. Okay. As you can see, also our interest rates are been going down because of everything situation that we're in. So our interest will be going. We won't be earning as much. So, are there any questions on any specific item here? If not, thank you very much. That concludes my presentation. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Trevino.
We'll move on to number 9 under contracts. Can I entertain a motion for Power School Talent Ed Solution contract?
So move.
I'll second.
I have a motion, I have a second. Any discussion? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. La Joya Independent School District and Community Development Institute Migrant Seasonal Head Start Program MOU. Can I entertain a motion?
So move.
Second.
Okay, Mr. Cantu second.
Who motion first?
That would be Ms. Cantu Nereida and then Alex second.
Okay, thank you. I have a motion, I have a second. Any discussion? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Those against? Motion passes. There's a delay on my part, sorry. Can I entertain a motion for interlocal cooperation contract between the University of Texas Rio Grande Valley Journalism, Science, Technology, Engineering, and Mathematics program in La Joya ISD School District?
Madam President, can I make a motion on item, so move on items 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9?
I'll second that motion.
Okay, I'll let Mr. Garza second.
I have a motion, I have a second. There's no discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Against? Motion passes. Thank you. Under bids, approval to procure technology equipment through the interlocal purchasing system purchasing cooperative. Can I entertain a motion?
So move.
I'll
Second.
I'll let Mr. Cantu second.
Thank you. I have a motion, I have a second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Those opposed? Motion passes. Under business and finance, approval of application of contractor payment request number 15 for La Joya ISD Phase 2 of KSI Guaranteed Energy Savings Performance Contract Amendment Project. Can I entertain a motion?
Madam President, I'd like to make a motion for items 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6.
And I'll second.
Approve.
I have a motion, I have a second. Any discussion? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those against? Motion passes. There's nothing under human resources. So with that, we will go into executive session under Government Code 551.074, 551.072, 551.071 at 6:46. We are back from executive session at 7:30. Can I entertain?
Madam President, I'd like to make a motion under personnel items 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 as discussed in executive session.
I have a motion. Can I have a second?
I'll second that motion.
Ms. Ochoa can second.
Thank you.
Motion, I have a second. If there's no discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. We adjourn at 7:31.